WWF Virgil here with us today.
In living color, right here, baby, sitting right here. And I hear a bunch of noise out there, like, what are them scoundrels out there doing? Right? I go out there with a table in my hand and smack one in the head out there.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. Where you were born, if you're married, having kids.
No. One thing, I was out busting. I was busting nice little women up, but I kept this penis triple wrapped. Make sure nothing slipped out where no kids will come about, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Alright, so I'm still old geezer right here with no kids.
No kids.
Not one.
So what made you interested in getting into wrestling?
The one that helped me out so much in pro wrestling was a guy named Tito Santana, a guy named Rick Martel, and a guy named Tony Atlas. Tony Atlas talked to Jerry Lawler for me. It got me down there interested in doing WWF wrestling. And I didn't know a thing about wrestling because I was a college wrestler. He got me hooked up with Jerry Lawler down in Memphis, Tennessee. And I was down there for about a month. And I was tagged up with Rocky Johnson. And I started learning this pro wrestling. And then after about 30 days, Vince McMahon flew me from Memphis, Tennessee to New York City. A limo took me from New York City to Stamford, Connecticut. And when I got to Stamford, Connecticut, I came to the WWF office, and a guy was named Ted DiBiase was in there. And then Andre came out, pointed at Ted, pointed at me, and said, "Come on in." We went there, and Vince McMahon was sitting right there, and he said, "I got Ted DiBiase, and I got Michael Jones. The name Michael Jones ain't gonna work, so we'll give you the name Virgil."
Virgil.
So he gave me the name Virgil, and he said, "I'm investing $137 million into you two." He said, "Don't fuck my money up." That's what he said. And we went out, and I had to go to Gorilla Monsoon each match and get $25,000 in $100 bills, and I throw it out to the people. And for every WrestleMania, they let it rain $100,000 in $100 bills. So everywhere me and Ted went to, it's sold out. Okay? We went to Madison Square Garden, it holds 30,000, and most of the time, there'd be 90,000 people out there that want to come to the Garden. Or did they want to come get that money? Am I right or wrong?
You're right. That's right. They want that money.
They want that money. Uh-huh. That's me in living color, honey.
So who was your first trainer?
My first trainer was the Wild Samoans, Alpha and Sika.
Okay.
Yeah. And a real good friend of mine passed away, was Rodney Anawati. You may know him as Yokozuna. Yoko was a very good friend of mine because he was the nephew of Alpha. And another good friend of mine was Rikishi, because he was the nephew of Alpha and Sika. His mother was Anawai, but she married a Fatu. That's why they got the name Fatu. You mean? Mm-hmm. And guys helped me out in this wrestling business with guys like Rick Martel, Tito Santana, Tony Atlas. Man, they helped me. They showed me, and another one helped me was Jerry Lawler down in Memphis, Tennessee. They show you how I was a college wrestler, man. I'd have been the hurting guys, you mean? And how can you hurt a guy every night? You got to be able to know how to throw punches, throw kicks, take punches, take kicks. I'm paying for it now, but that's after 30 years. You mean? The pain's coming back on me, to haunt me now. Mm-hmm.
So, during your years with the Wrestling Federation, what would you say was the biggest feud that you were a part of?
The biggest feud that we were a part of was when Ted DiBiase and myself went against each other. That's the biggest feud. Where your bodyguard is going against you. That's the biggest feud. Mm-hmm.
So, in the Wrestling Federation, what would be one of the highlights or most memorable of your career?
Of my career, I guess when I beat the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Like, that has to be a highlight.
Yeah.
You mean? Mm-hmm.
Is there any special awards you've received through your federation?
I didn't receive. I'm waiting eventually from the WWF to get in their Hall of Fame. You mean?
Yeah, that's a
Ted's in it now, so eventually I'll get elected to come in there. You mean?
Mm-hmm.
Depending with Triple H and Stephanie and Shane McMahon one day. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you go on with your life and everything, what would be one thing you wouldn't want people to know you as? What would be a quote that you would want to put out there?
Okay, one quote is, never be a quitter. Always go learn every day. I learned how to do this pro wrestling because I was a college wrestler. Okay? I learned how to do pro wrestling. I went to great guys who helped really teach me were like the Wild Samoans, Offensica, okay? Tito Santana, one of the best in the business. Another one was Rick Martel and Tony Atlas. Them guys were the best of the best.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
How's that?
That sounds great. All right. Well, I think it sums it up for this week's LPW Backstage interview.
Now here, it said good night and take care.